All right, so we're gonna start doing our countdowns for top worst notable action figures of 2024. So you're watching this video. This is our most of the figures this year we've gotten, but these are the most disappointing figures of 2024. And there's three of them here, as you guys saw from the thumbnail. So let's start off here with, as you guys see here, the Mesco Toys Amazing Spider-Man. Nothing too amazing about this one, let me tell you. So first of all, it's very short. It's not even 6 inches tall. The proportions on it are very, very strange, and a lot of people made note about the legs, and some people's legs did break. Same with ours. It didn't break, but the left leg knee crunch became a little bit loose. This is a $100 plus figure, and they had everything right there. They had the concept. Where Mezco went wrong with this one, and I think they know it too, is the proportions were a little off with it. The accessories were fine. I mean, I will say the accessories that it came with were really good. The Spider-Man mask that you see there in the backdrop there, you have to like stick it on something. They should have given it a base where you can mount it on something and put it on display. They really didn't think that one out. It's just like a mouse pad almost. It's just like you can't do anything with it unless you tape it on something, and it just, even at that, it just still, you shouldn't have to do that. The Peter Parker head sculpt was decent, nothing too spectacular. I mean, it was okay. Posability with it, you know, it was awkward, and just the material on it, got really loose with it. Again, I think with Spider-Man figures, either you're gonna make it really snug like Hot Toys does, but even Hot Toys, after a while, when you start posing a Spider-Man, just the way I don't know, his proportions and his suit, you can't do too much with it because then it starts getting really loose, and then you see it starts getting matted there, especially around the waist area. And I'm trying to be as careful as possible, realizing the situation here, and be like, okay, you know what? If you start posing this thing too much, this thing's going to look like it's being run through the dryer. So overall, again, the colors on it are a little bit bland as well too. You know, I think they could have done the blue was a little bit different from what we saw from the original Mesco Toys promotional shot. So overall, guys, this is probably the most disappointing figure, and just for the price point too, it's a huge letdown. Then we got this one. This is the worst one of them all. Oh my goodness. The Turtles of Gray Skull Splinter. Oh my goodness. Where do we begin with this one? You know, when you look at it, you're like, okay, it looks interesting. It looks pretty cool. But the proportions on it, like the knee crunching, it's just sucks. It's no other way to put it. The upper torso, I mean, it's like almost like a mix matcher where you could take the upper torso off of you. I guess you could, do it with all this line here and just mix match them up with other, Turtles of Grayskull figures if you really want, right? But yeah, I just, I don't know what to tell you here, guys. It's just, I was like, what can I do with this thing? Like, what can I possibly do to make this interesting enough for viewers? And, I was trying to pose it as much as I possibly could. And just, again, a lot of limitations here. Mind you, it is a $20 figure, but it's really not much going on here. It just, yeah, I'm not crazy about the Turtles of Grayskull line. I tried it with another one of their figures, the Michelangelo one. It's just, I just, no, I'm, unfortunately, this wave, as much of an interesting concept as it is, doesn't work for me whatsoever. Big disappointment on this one. Like I said, I thought it was going to, be kind of cool, do some cool things with it. And then when you start looking at it, it's just like, oh, it's, I'm very, very, this was a great disappointment as well too. Not as bad as the Mesco Toys Spider-Man one, because that one's $100+ figure, but this one, for $20, you can live with it, basically, in a nutshell. Not much more you can say. I mean, this, I've got it right now in the toy room, not my man cave. I have it just stored away. I might sell it. I don't know. Down the line there, it's just terrible figure, to be honest with you. It's just, yeah, unfortunately, sorry guys. I know some of you are fans of the Turtle Grayskull and you really, really enjoy these figures. My personal experience with this one, and I tried with the Michelangelo one, there's lack of articulation. It's just, oh my goodness, it's terrible. Anyways, next one. Iron Factory smokescreen. Yes, it looks great. And then when you unpackage it, there's all these stickers that you got to stick on it. and you start playing with it, and you know the arms start falling off, the hands are really small, the elbows, you try to crunch them and it just falls off. It's just an awkward figure. It looks good, similar to the, you know, Castle Grayskull. You know, it looks really good, but practicality, it's terribly constructed. The engineer behind this is just like, wow. It's almost like a Lego, not even Lego, because Lego at least kind of stays together. It's just like one of those, you know, building blocks that just kind of fall apart on you, right? It's just, yeah. Unfortunately, it's one of those figures that look really good aesthetically. They went for looks for it, and it works. You know, the samurai kind of look to Smokescreen looks very nice, as you guys can see there. And again, I was trying to make it interesting enough for you guys, and it looks good, but articulation on it was terrible. The elbow joints, like I said, I can't stress how much the elbow joints were falling off. Hands are so small on it. Trying to take them out, it's like you gotta like have small little fingernails and just kind of like try to wedge it out of his arms, hands out if you want to interchange them. So yeah, and then the transformation into the car did not go smoothly at all. It just followed the steps. We did everything. It, you know, I'm cheating the shot here, as you guys can see. It just was not proportioned properly. Anyway, those are the most disappointing figures of 2024, guys. Drop a comment below. Let us know what disappointments you guys have. If you have any of these figures, drop a comment below too. We'd love to hear from you guys. And we'll see you in the next video.